market analysis tools session. This analysis tools will help you to identify the most potential market or will help you to identify the product if you are struggling at a startup stage as of which product to choose for export business. Today I'm going to cover three important tools. I will show you how to do it. The in-depth study of this tool takes up at least a minimum of 2 hours. But today I will show you how you can use this tool and you can explore it by yourself. These tools are free from International Trade Center for the exporters or for the people from the developing countries. So first one is trademap.org. This is a trade statistics website which has the monthly, quarterly, and yearly trade data, import export values, volumes, growth rates, and this is free to use. You can register in this website using your email ID and password, like how we will do on any other portals. So here we can see that there are two options: imports and exports, service and products. Because we are seeing majorly the product exports, here the selection is in product. Whichever that's highlighted in blue is the option selected. Here I'm going to choose exports. In case if you are not able to understand which product to choose for your product, in product based approach where you'll choose the product first, then you'll start exploring the market and find the buyers in that. For example, I'm coming from India, so I'll put India, leaving the first one blank. Click on trade indicators. So I'll leave the other things blank. This is for a selection of a HS code, and this is for any country that to understand the partner country, the trade between India and another country. So there we'll give any particular country's name, but I am leaving it blank for now and click on trade indicators. So when we click on trade indicators, it will first come up with the all products exports that's happening from India in 2-digit level. Here you can see the selection at say two digit level. So in this, whatever that comes up will be in 2 digit. That means the sectors. So based on these lists, you can choose a particular sector which you can choose to do the select a product for exports. If you are good at pharmaceutical products or organic chemicals or cereals, cotton, fish, so this is easy for you to narrow down your options. And the most important thing when we are selecting a particular product sector, if you again remember the graph, the life cycle of a business, that graph, we talked about three stages: startup, rapid growth, and maturity stage. So, which we can identify from these values. Here it is given in values. Annual growth in value between 2013 to 2017. Here it is given as 2017 and overall thing, though this is the most updated data we can get in terms of complete customs data, and annual growth in the recent 1 year, and the annual growth of world imports. So the particular product that is imported by other countries from India. So in first thing we can see all the products, there is a reduction in the value. This is not quantity value, that is the money the people are paying to buy a particular product. That means here we can take that we are able to give competitive price in the international market year on year, or we can say that there is a quantity reduction, but here this is just a overall understanding. Next is, but in the recent last year there is a rise in uh, the value, that is 14 percentage. So this is on average including any product that is getting exported from India, so it's a overall value. Then but there is a minus 3 percentage, that is there is a reduction in annual growth of world imports from India. So here, based on that, you can choose which sector is best suitable. So we always like to go for positive numbers. You can go for positive number if you are in startup stage or rapid growth stage. But if you are a manufacturer or if you have voluminous export capacity, then you can choose. If your strength is giving the price at competitive rate, then you can go for a product even with a negative value. But then you should understand what was the average value that was um, there when it was getting exported in the last year. So here, for example, if I think usually people will go for agro-based or general merchandise for the initial export. So here cereals, it shows that uh, on average there's a reduction in the rate, the value, but the last 1 year it has shown a growth, and there is a minus 5%. This can also be a reason when there is a shortfall in production, when the countries might choose another country for importing the same product. Take, for example, cashew nuts. Cashew nuts, India was the topmost exporter of cashew nuts uh, before 2018. What happened? Vietnam start now. Vietnam is it's coming to that top post position to export the products because they are able to give that supply in the competitive rate. So this can also happen. So you should be aware what's happening in your industry. So there are three levels. One is the local, what is possible for you as an exporter, where we do the strength and weakness. Next is what's happening as the national level, like in your country, what is happening in the particular products market, and then the international market. That is the third level of global perspective. When you take all these things in balance, then there is an opportunity for you to grow. So to give you an idea of the what's happening in the global perspective, we are looking at these data. So if I click on any particular HS code, two digit level, then it will show up the other HS codes or other products in that category. So this is four digit. That is the subheading in that sector. Rice, maize, wheat, muslin. So if you click on any particular, so if here you can see oats, of course, India is not an exporter of oats. So not a big exporter. So if you think like, okay, I can go for rice, then again, you should have either a good investment or you should have a very good suppliers base if you want to go for rice. So to be on the safer side, just I think, okay, let me go for wheat and muslin. Wheat mostly getting exported from Madhya Pradesh region of India. If I click on that HS code, then it will show up the countries which are all importing from India. So here you can see that four-digit HS code, India, partner all countries, India's export trade indicators countries. So here we can see the different countries which are importing the wheat from India. So initially, if you don't have an idea which country to export to, here you can see the topmost countries which are importing the wheat product from India, wheat as a whole from India. Then again, you have to check these three values. That is growth in exported value, growth in exported quantity. All the three should be positive. If it is value, it represents the supply. That is the money they can pay. Quantity means a demand. So the product, how much product that can be exported from India. So here you can see hmm, Nepal, it shows all the three figures as a positive one, 21, 24, and 17. So now you can think, okay, it's a good market. But here you can see the value rates are less than, the percentage is less than the quantity. What does it mean? That means on average of 5 years, there is an increase in the quantity. Maybe this year, last year, someone has exported 100 tons of wheat to Nepal. This year, they will be able to export 124 tons of wheat to Nepal. But the rate, there will not be much increase. They will not be able to get the same profit that they earned in the last year because the value is lesser. So there is a huge need for our wheat in Nepal, but the price has to be really competitive. So if you are a new exporter who doesn't, if you are a merchant exporter, then you should choose a country where the values in the percentage number in the value column should be greater than the quantity column. So in that case, Uganda presents a very good opportunity for the for the exporters. Again, you might have a worry. Okay, Uganda is an African country. That is where it's the third step where you will understand the obstacle and opportunity in that market. So this is product based approach. If you want to know market based approach, here you can see home and search. If you click on that, it will take you to a home page, and then here you can leave this area blank. Okay, you can leave this area also blank. You want to know a particular country's imports, so click on imports. Then here, for example, most people would from India, they would like to export to Singapore, Malaysia, UAE, because they think these are the countries which has a good scope. I tend to differ because that is the beauty of export business. Every market has its own opportunities and its own challenges. So if you click on trade indicators, here this will come up with a list of products that are imported into Singapore. So you can again you can select, see which product will be, which sector will be good for you, and you can based on that product, then you have to go to your country, like how we have done in the product based approach. You have to check whether your country is exporting that product, how the growth is doing well for that particular product's export, whether you will be able to procure that product. Then you have to do all those analysis. But certain things which you can do from this trade map are, you can find out the dynamic market, growth in the market, growing sector, winning product of a particular from a particular country in a particular sector. And we exclusively use this trade map to put a potential analysis, to make a potential analysis which will form the foundation for your marketing activities. So you can go into this website and explore by yourself. It is very interesting website. And there is another category called trade balance, this one, that is exports minus imports. So if it is positive value, that means export is higher. If it is so, the trade balance is really good in Singapore for the year 2017. So that's one of the reason why it is a strong developed country. This website will show you the data from the past performance. But we should always have a balance. No, we should not decide just because how the product has performed in past, but we should also know about the future performance. So for that, we are going to use a tool called export and potential map. In this website, if you click on market, because we were using the product based approach. So here I'll click on India, and to make it easier, I'll use the same HS code we used for the in the trade map, that is wheat or muslin. So if I click on that, it will come up with the markets where India has a huge opportunity. So in this, I'll click on potential to actual exports. That means India might be exporting huge quantity to that market, but in future it may not have a good opportunity in that market because the market will be saturated. Again, already here Nepal is getting saturated, Bangladesh is getting saturated. So if you are also thinking to export to Nepal or Bangladesh just because large quantity is going to that market, you have to be very price competitive. You should have a very strong network in that market. But as a new exporter, you can focus on, see, we saw about Uganda. So past performance also showing a good growth. The future also shows a good growth. So Nigeria, Kenya, Sudan, you can see a common here. There is a common point here, that is African continents, African countries, they have a good opportunity for this product. So you should develop a strategy or marketing plan which focuses the African continent for your product. Or you can go for Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Morocco, Ghana. So you can go for different Iran. So this, by this you will know, okay, this product, if I choose this product and if I start working on this market, there will be a growth in your business for another 2 to 5 years. It can change, but your business will be flexible and able to adapt for the future challenges. Then is the TBT and tariff and non-tariff measures. So for that, we'll use a market access map where you can check the tariffs and non-tariff measures for a particular country, particular product. Now let's take compare tariff because, say for example, if you want to export to Saudi Arabia, and India is not a topmost exporter for wheat. There are other countries which can also export wheat to your target market. So a buyer will choose to buy where he can save some money. For that, first thing is the import duty. Apart from import duty, they will have VAT or GST, depending upon that country's levies and tax system. They will have additional charges also, but that will be common because once the product has been taken into that country, that becomes common. That it just with respect to that product, not with respect to the exporting country. But the import duty differs with respect to the exporting country. So here I'm going to check Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a importer. So HS code 1001. So it will show the wheat and muslin, excluding for sowing. And so this product is going for consumption or manufacturing some other product. Then I'll click on proceed. When I click on proceed, it will come up with the tariff for different countries and also different type of tariffs. There is GSP is there. There is a preference for LDC, that is least developed countries, developing countries. So you should understand which category your country comes under. I'm choosing 500 because there are more than 200 markets for export business. So when we click on 500, it will show up different countries and we can see in this column, that is exporting country, how many tariff lines. National tariff line is different from HS code. HS code is for just first 6 digit. National tariff line includes the digits given after the 6 digit, based on which the country will decide the import duty and tariff measures. So here it starts with 0. So here it shows if it is 0, then the level of protection is, there is no level of protection for this product's imports. So almost Saudi Arabia has import 0% import duty for wheat, almost from most of the countries. So if I come down, okay, India also doesn't have zero, doesn't have any import duty. But you can here see, you can see Saudi Arabia's imported value in thousands US dollars, in thousands of US dollars for the year 2017. Sorry, trade year 2016. So if we scroll it down, in 2016, uh, Saudi Arabia was importing around 2 million dollar worth of, because it's of thousands, so $2 million worth of wheat from Czech Republic. And then we can see it has not imported anything from India. And then from Germany, $34 million. Then, so this is a good market. The buyers are buying from European countries. So you can see then the country has also imported from Maldives. So you should understand how these are different competitors. This is the L1 competitor. You can see different type of exporters. They are exporting wheat to a Saudi Arabia market. So if you know this difference, you can play a safe game and you can grow your business. Next is the non-tariff measures. That is technical details. That includes labeling, packaging, health certificate, phytosanitary certificates. Phytosanitary certificate is for the edible products or consumption product, because the growth of the particular product, aflatoxin, the bacteria content, which will all have a effect on your buyer's country. So here, I want to know what the importing country has rules. So here Saudi Arabia. Then I want to particularly know what are the measures Indian exporters have to take when they export to Saudi Arabia.